Today we're going to be listing off our 5 favorite funny movies. You know, we want to say comedies. Some of them maybe not considered comedies by everyone, but they're funny movies to us, so.
This video does not contain spoilers. These are just some of our recommendations for you guys if you're looking for some good movies to laugh at and just have an enjoyable time.
Yeah.
My first honorable mention is Larry the Cable Guy, Health Inspector.
Okay.
We watched it together with the boys. It's a
I actually didn't watch this one with you.
You weren't there with us?
I was not there.
I know what we're watching after this video, dude. My second honorable mention is Joe Dirt. You were there for that one.
I was there for
that. Was a good one. We gotta watch Joe Dirt too sometime. Hilarious movie, pure
Very
comedy.
funny.
Not for everyone, but if it's not for you, you're just probably boring. And number 3, my third honorable mention, unlike the other two, is not in the slightest a comedy movie. It's called Underground. It's a Slovak movie, I believe it is. Heartbreaking, so be ready. But if you want to laugh throughout the movie, then this is definitely one. It's just not in there because I think it's not just, hilarious.
For one of my honorable mentions, I'm going to have to go with another SNL alumni movie. I'm going to have to go with Step Brothers. Probably some of the hardest I've ever laughed. That movie is hilarious. And I watched it twice in the span of like 1 month. Then Lady Bird. Lady Bird is not a straight comedy, I would say, but it's got some hilarious moments,
It does, yeah.
And then finally, my last honorable mention, since I couldn't decide between them, literally any Muppets movie.
Ooh. My number 5 funniest movie is Superbad.
This is interesting because my number 5 pick is also Superbad.
No way.
Yeah.
That's interesting that you say that. My favorite movie, possibly the funniest movie, is Superbad.
Who's this guy?
I don't know.
I live here.
The fact that Seth Rogen wrote this in middle school, or at least started with the idea, is insane to me.
Well, I think that's why it's so great, because it's organically from someone who they look up to high schoolers even, is like a weird way to put it.
Yeah.
And that's a perspective you'd never get from anyone.
There are jokes, especially with the 2 cops, of Seth Rogen and Bill Hader, that it was so hard not to be the loudest person in that theater. The performances by everyone, they can be, we have a friend that said, "Oh, I don't really like this movie because it's so cringy." I think that's the beauty of it,
but
though.
that's what makes it so funny.
Exactly.
Though.
They're acting, like you said, like high schoolers or people, a heightened version of high schoolers, They're disgusting, but they're hilarious at it.
And Fogel's fucking incredible, dude.
Yes.
Dude, and the way that, Jonah Hill actually captures his anger at Christopher Mintz-Plasse.
Yeah.
That just, it makes it so much better, because he really does hate him, or whatever.
Yeah.
A relatable movie?
I can't say that.
Oh, not like the actions, but how they feel the whole time.
Yeah.
I think it explains perfectly what it's like being a stupid, dumb
feelings.
kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to watch a movie that's relatable in a way, it just captures, I feel like, the idiocy of high school so well while laughing the whole way through it, and I definitely think that Superbad is the movie to do that.
Yeah, I agree.
Get out of here.
Alright.
My 4th favorite hilarious movie is Friday. What makes Friday perfect for me is John Witherspoon's performance. He's the dad in it. Bro, the way he's eating the grapes and he's talking to fucking Ice Cube. It's so funny. And then later on when he summons him into the bathroom and he's shitting. And it's the worst thing ever. He's talking about how he likes
the poop falling.
How he likes grabbing a dog and choking the shit out of it.
I remember you
so
showed
funny.
me that. I had not seen Friday, but you showed me only that scene, and we're laughing your ass off at that. It's a very funny movie.
It's so good. Smokey is
Yes,
hilarious.
Smokey's hilarious. Ice Cube as a straight man character, as a not the crazy one, is hilarious because if you only know Ice Cube's music, you would expect him to be especially from that time the angriest guy but he's playing a completely normal dude in this.
And his
movie.
name is Craig.
Yeah.
Dude, Debo's one of the best movie villains ever, I feel like.
Yeah.
He is so funny and he's fucking scary, dude.
Yeah. For my number 4, I'm going to go with Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story, which I know you haven't seen.
I haven't seen.
I love this movie. It's a John C. Reilly led movie, which you don't get a lot of. He's usually with Will Ferrell, and I'll say he's the funnier of the two a lot of the time. I think he's funnier in Talladega Nights. I think he has a lot of funnier bits in Step Brothers even, But in this movie, he really gets to shine. If you don't know, this movie is a parody of music biopic movies. Before this movie, the Johnny Cash one had come out. I think it's either Walk the Line is what it's called. And fucking John C. Reilly was like, this movie's so dumb, and they do these tropes every time with music biopics. So they made a parody of it, and it is so funny.
I didn't know it was because of Walk the Line.
It's specifically because of
good
Walk the
movie
Line.
too.
They parody the trope of a artist getting inspiration from just talking to someone in the middle of a conversation. So he'll be arguing with his wife, and he'll say like, "You better walk hard." Walk hard. It's so funny. There's a lot of man penis in it. So
Good.
Yeah.
My number 3 is Palm Springs. Andy Samberg's movie.
Yeah.
He is such a hilarious guy.
He is. He's one of my favorite SNL cast members, and also just funniest guys I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's
absolutely.
so funny.
Kristen Miliotti's character and just her pure confusion. I love a confused character in a movie, and she does it so perfectly.
Yeah.
And I love it when there's a character who acts like a weird ass situation is completely normal, like Andy Samberg does. It's a Groundhog Day kind of movie, and in Groundhog Day, obviously Bill Murray's like, what the hell's going on? But in this one, Andy Samberg's just like, yeah, man, I just we live in the same day. And then there's J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, that's right.
The villain kind of the movie, not really, but he's so funny the way he just does what he does to Andy Samberg.
Yeah. I don't remember a whole lot from this movie, but I do remember how well it balanced, like, not a serious concept, but like a weird, like, sci-fi concept with comedy. Like, it's so good. And it doesn't, like, you don't need to, like, it doesn't feel the need to explain it a whole lot. It's just like, this is just what happens.
And they do the rom-com thing, too.
Yes, yeah.
You watch these two slowly fall in love through this stupid shit.
Yeah.
And it's so good. It's so funny.
Yeah. My number 3 is any Jackass movie. If I had to pick one, though, it would be Jackass 4. But I'm just going to say any Jackass
Connor,
movie.
it's funny you say that. My number 2 is Jackass.
Really?
Any Jackass movie.
There you go. It's kind of, you could say it's kind of like a Borat situation, where it's more of just a connected thing of skits.
Yeah, but Borat has a story,
Borat does have a story.
This
Jackass
just doesn't. It's barely a movie.
It is so funny, though.
Jackass is a compilation.
It is. It is every man's dream, to just be able to do this with your friends.
Oh, yeah.
Just all the time. Oh my God. And I love every member of Jackass, Fucking Chris Pontius. I loved Chris Pontius for a while. Right now, my favorite is just Knoxville. Knoxville's so funny.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if anyone can beat Steve-O for me, dude.
Steve-O's hilarious.
I got a funny story about Jackass, actually.
Okay.
Last year, when my girlfriend and I first started dating, I was at home with my roommate, and we were watching Jackass 4. Then I was texting her, and I was like, why don't you come over and watch this movie that we're watching with us? And that must have been like her second time ever coming to my house.
You watched Jackass?
And we watched Jackass 4.
Oh my God.
Which has so many dicks in it.
It does. It has a lot of... It opens with a dick.
So many dicks in it. It does open with a dick. Oh my God, Pontius's dick in the opening.
Yeah.
Is hilarious. But yeah, Jackass brings people together.
It does.
Bro, Dave England can poop on demand. How fucking sick is that?
My number 2 is Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Oh,
yeah.
Coen Brothers.
Coen Brothers, yeah. This is a childhood movie of mine.
Okay.
Don't know why. My parents loved this movie, and it was like one of the only DVDs we had when I was a kid, and I watched it a lot. And I never fully understood it as a kid, but I just found it so funny. And it's so funny now.
Have you rewatched it since?
Oh my God, yeah. I rewatched it in high school when we were talking about the Odyssey in English class. Because it's, a slight adaptation of the Odyssey. And then I rewatched it recently as well, and man, it is so funny. George Clooney, hilarious performance as this overconfident guy who's leading these two idiots, just nowhere basically, just for his own gain. And then you have John Turturro and Tim Blake Nelson, who
Idiots.
are in a bunch of other Coen Brothers movies, and they're great in all of them. I unfortunately don't have a whole lot to say about it though, but yeah, go watch it. It's so funny. It's one of my favorites.
My number one, I do think this is the funniest movie of all time.
Mm-hmm.
It's Dumb and Dumber. I mean, Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels are the perfect comedy combo, in my opinion. They bounce off of each other so well. They're two complete dumbasses who are chasing after this girl, and all this crazy shit happens. And just every single bit in here, in my opinion, is hilarious. I know it's been a while since you've seen it.
Mm-hmm. It's it's Jim Carrey. Of course, obviously we would both say he has better roles, but it's Jim Carrey doing what Jim Carrey does best.
Mm-hmm.
You know, is just it's like this and The Mask, which is just him operating at like an insane level of comedy. And Jeff Daniels is also hilarious. This is another one where it's every man's dream, bro. Just living with your buddy, you know, going across the country with the dog car. The dog car is insane.
Yes.
I remember very vividly my sister would always quote the scene when they accidentally kill the blind kid's bird. And
Oh my goodness.
they like tape it back together. This is so funny. Yeah. Also the scene where Jeff Daniels is shitting on the toilet is also like a classic.
Bro, there's so many funny things. The dog breeding joke is my favorite one. If you want to just watch an unserious movie and laugh the entire way through, then Dumb and Dumber is definitely the one, in my opinion.
Agree. Along the same lines of a completely unserious movie where you just laugh the whole way through, my number one is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
That's your number one?
Yes, it is.
That's awesome.
In my opinion, an underrated movie, because I do think it is genuinely just a good movie.
No one talks about it.
Exactly. Everyone talks about, it's Keanu Reeves, and in my opinion, Keanu Reeves is not a very good actor.
No,
He is so good at playing a dumbass, though. Bill and Ted are these two high schoolers who are failing their history class because they're fucking idiots. And what do? They gain access somehow to a teleporting phone booth, and so they get all the history people. It's hilarious. There's so many bits. My favorite scene is probably when they go to medieval times, and they're fighting in the armor, and Ted falls down the steps in the armor, and Bill looks and thinks he's dead, so he kills some other knights. He goes, "You killed Ted, you dickweed!"
And I know you were talking about how they somehow gain access to the time machine.
Mm-hmm.
I love movies where crazy shit happens, but it's just never explained. And you just kind of accept that it's fact.
It has completely changed the way I pronounce the names Socrates and Freud. Now it's Socrates and Freud because of that movie. It's a classic.
Alright, thank you guys for watching, man. Obviously, go check out these movies. Hopefully you find it as funny as we do.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Subscribe.